It is the largest field medical training exercise for the U.S. Department of Defense, and it's taking place right in our own backyard. Reserve members in the Army, Navy, and Air Force, along with British and Canadian forces, are at Fort McCoy for a 2-week training course. News 8's Kyle Dimke is here now with more on their training.
Well, Mike, this exercise is joining Global Medic and Combined Joint Atlantic Serpent, two extremely large medical training programs in the military. The two bring together 1,600 servicemen and women from 17 states and 3 countries. At Fort McCoy today, we caught up with some of the naval reservists who, in this simulation, are operating a medical facility near a combat zone.
In times of conflict, Americans count on their servicemen and women. And when those servicemen and women are hurt in the line of duty, they count on their medical personnel. X-ray! About 180 of the United States Navy's citizen sailors, or naval reserves, are training at Fort McCoy to make sure they know the drill in the event they're called to serve.
We are operating an expeditionary medical facility providing treatment to the training audience here, which is simulated casualties and patients of various operations.
Nearly 100% of these reserves are doing this training for their second career of taking care of our country. Most know how to stitch a wound or even save a life, because they're already doing those things every day.
We have pharmacists, we have lab officers or lab technicians, we have radiologists, we have nurses, doctors, and support personnel.
One aspect of this training that's different than most these sailors go through is the international collaboration. There are servicemen and women from Great Britain and Canada working right alongside these U.S. troops.
It's very important that we see how each of us works, but particularly as a patient that can be treated here may go on to further care in a British hospital, or as I said, a German one, or to other places. So if we know how each other works, then all the better for it.
Rear Admiral Thomas Beeman says training alongside international allies, as well as the U.S. Army and Air Force reserves, gives a more lifelike situation.
Transportation, the way we do handoffs, the way we get our warriors off the field and back to the medical support facilities, both in theater and back home. And so we're always coordinating, we're always testing each other, we're always learning from each other. So this is a tremendous opportunity to test those capabilities.
And Rear Admiral Thomas Beeman says one of the neat things about these Navy reservists is that most of them are healthcare providers in their civilian lives. So they can actually bring that training to the Navy, and then they can bring their naval training back into their civilian lives.
Thanks a lot, Kyle. And these servicemen and women are in the middle of their 2-week training at Fort McCoy. This training is offered every year, but the Navy reserves are only required to take it once every 3 years.